Yo, what is going on, Xbox and PC fans? It is Josh bringing you guys an alive, real recording today. I'm super sorry about the last video I did. I sounded half asleep. Basically, I was just, I'd written that thing late at night and was pretty much just reading it off, as you guys could probably tell. But yeah, today I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of free flow here, kind of go over some of the more prominent news as far as technology, gaming, PC stuff is concerned. So let's get on to it. Obviously, NVIDIA has got the big boy coming out in a couple of days, the Pascal-based Titan, which looks to be an absolute killer in Manila, the monster. It is $1,200, but if you have got to have peak game performance that's possible on this planet at this time, obviously Crossfire can get you there, but single GPU configurations are just simpler, and it always is going to give you the performance level that you're paying for. So that new Pascal-based Titan should give you phenomenal frame rates, even at 4K and max settings, which hasn't happened before. So that should be just stupendous for those people that have massive wallets and also a gaming addiction. I don't know how many of those there are out there, but if you're one of those people, grab one of these cards, good for you, and enjoy that shit. If you want to send me one, I won't turn it down. And some other NVIDIA news. NVIDIA has just settled their class action lawsuit regarding the GTX 970, which that card actually came equipped with 4 gigabytes of memory, VRAM rather, that did reside physically on the board. However, because a portion of that was disabled and only 3.5 gigabytes was actually usable, which is kind of an important half gigabyte of RAM, 3.5 to 4, that's kind of right at that point where at 1080p and 1440p, when you're trying to do some extended quality settings in your game, you really can use that additional VRAM. So I have a couple of friends that have those cards, and they did have some issues kind of just being pinched with how much RAM was available on that card. So definitely a point of concern, and definitely something that NVIDIA should have disclosed to consumers out of the gate, but now they're paying for it. So apparently these guys had to pay a ton of money in lawyer fees, obviously, and they will have to pay out for every single GTX 970 customer that basically wants to get reparations for that false advertising. So NVIDIA apparently is going to pay out $30 per person that has a GTX 970. Now, there's no word exactly on how to go about doing this or how to go about getting your refund yet, but I will keep you guys posted on this stuff. If a link becomes available that you guys can go on and submit your receipts or whatever the case may be to get a refund, I'll let you know as soon as I know. But yeah, that's great. It's getting resolved, and fair is fair. So I think it's awesome that NVIDIA will be paying out for those customers that have a legitimate discrepancy in what they paid for. So that's good stuff. But moving on to some other news, I just want to take a quick second here to point out to you guys that even though the GTX 1060 and RX 480 are both very competitive in terms of their price performance, I don't want to see any of you guys or hear any stories about any of you guys going out and buying these cards for like $400. I'm looking on Newegg right now, and there are some GTX 1060s in stock, which is awesome. Some of these cards coming in even for $250 for some of the shorter, HTPC cards that essentially will be used in home theater PCs or small form factor cases for only $250. And they're great little cards. So if you want a GTX 1060 right now, those are available. However, the RX 480s appear to be sold out. I cannot find these cards online anywhere other than like $340, $400, which is just absurd for those cards. At that point, you really may as well go ahead and buy yourself like a GTX 1070 or a 980 Ti, on the secondary market. But performance-wise, it's a phenomenal card, and if you overclock the thing, sure, you're going to be around 980 type performance, but you can get a 980 right now for, under $300, which, or around $300 bucks. But, regardless, there are other more value-oriented options out there to get you more bang for your buck right now. And it's a great card, the RX 480, but I would wait for availability on that to kind of flesh out before you go ahead and buy one of those, unless you've already gotten one, of course, for $199 and got that baby unlocked into an 8GB version, and you're sitting here holding on to a basically $400 GPU, today's market anyway, for half the price. Is pretty daggone good. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend going out and buying those cards at the inflated reseller rates. But look for those to be in stock here fairly soon, with the Add-in Board partner cards coming out any day now. So just wait for those and try and buy them at retail would be the smart thing to do. In some gaming news, there's some stuff coming out on the Xbox One right now on early access, and also on GOG.com. You guys can check out the preview version of We Happy Few, which I did check out. The game looks super cool in my opinion, but I will tell you that it's still super buggy. It's in, alpha preview program, which, I was trying to play this game via like a local stream from my Xbox One, through the Xbox One Windows 10 app on my PC, and I was having some network latency issues, so I'm not sure if it was actually the game or just my network latency or whatever, but certainly not a finished product yet. But it is there for free. If you want to give it a play, hop on your Xbox or hop over to GOG.com and pick that up, check it out. In other news, as far as Xbox is concerned, we do have the Xbox One S launching here in just a couple of days. And also word of some new Xbox One S bundles to kind of replace. They're obviously trying to just, knock out all of the old OG style, original Xbox Ones. Got the price down on those to $249 right now. But these new Xbox One bundles are going to be a sweet, sweet deal over and above the added value you're going to get from the console already. An ultra high definition Blu-ray player for $299 is just outstanding. Again, it upreses all Xbox One games to 4K. You get the IR blaster to control your devices without having to connect. You get the enhanced controller with grip and Bluetooth and extended range, etc. And these bundles will actually include things like Halo 5 Guardians, as well as Halo the Master Chief Collection, which is totaling like 6 or 7 games, full Halo games. And this thing will come priced anywhere from like $349 to $449 for a bundle, with that console's base unit starting off at $299 for a 500GB, just Xbox One S, no games, and up to $450, like I say, for either the Gears of War Xbox One S bundle or the Halo bundle. They also have a Madden bundle for like $350, which comes with Madden NFL 17, some Ultimate Team packs, and 1 month of EA access for free for $349, which is a phenomenal value. So yeah, these will be in the market very, very soon. I highly recommend this console if you have not grabbed an Xbox One yet. I would hold off a couple of days and wait to get one of these Xbox One S's. Again, it's going to have some future-proofing technologies built in. The Xbox One just doesn't have, such as HDMI 2.0, HDR, 4K upres, and media playback, etc. So I'd grab one of these boxes if you can. It sounds like a great way to enhance your living room and your gaming experience all around. So looking forward to those. And talking about some non-Xbox stuff, it appears that Nintendo has leaked certain aspects of their new NX console that should be out sometime early next year. It appears that this console will use an NVIDIA Tegra processor, which, as you guys may know, is an ARM-based SoC found traditionally in like tablet PCs, or tablets for that matter. They're generally running things like Android, Chrome OS, etc., but they are not x86 compatible chips, which really worries me, because Nintendo, they just have this track record of not being able to get robust third-party support to be able to just, put a lot of the games that traditionally are on Xbox and on PlayStation and on PC because of a similar development platform. It's very easy for a developer to do that for those games on x86 hardware, such as the PS4, Xbox One, Xbox One S, Scorpio, Neo, the computer, all those devices are x86 compatible and are programmed in that manner. However, Nintendo realizes that a lot of its games are kind of mobile friendly anyway, I think. And obviously, the vast majority of mobile devices out there are ARM based. There are a few x86, Intel Atom chips kind of floating around out there in certain places, but I'd say 99%, 98% of the devices for mobile right now that people are programming games for and apps for, etc., are ARM based. And the Nintendo NX with this NVIDIA Tegra processor will fall into that category. So it should see plenty of development in terms of software, applications, and games for the NX, as it should be a relatively easy transition for people that are programming for mobile devices now. But the worry for me is that you're going to start seeing more mobile-esque type of applications and games on that console. I'd really rather they kind of pick mobile up, so to speak, and kind of drag, the software that right now is just kind of shallow on mobile devices. In terms of the games, there's just not very large game worlds, and they don't really invest too much into making those games as far as money and time, resources, etc. are concerned, because they're only charging like $1, for a mobile game. So if they sell 1 million of them, that's $1 million, which is great. But you have people like, Activision selling Call of Duty for $100 with DLC, and they're making hand over fist tons and tons of money. So they can afford to put a lot more money and time and effort into making AAA games like Call of Duty and other games of that nature, big budget games. So hopefully we will see developers other than first-party Nintendo on the NX that are going to provide real, substantial AAA gaming experiences, but that's yet to be seen. So don't doubt the console is able to output some really good graphics. It's supposed to be, mobile as well, and also be able to plug into your TV at home. So considering the form factor, should have very good graphics, right in the ballpark, something between an Xbox One and an Xbox 360, but still should be high definition and should look really, really good, considering Nintendo doesn't need a whole lot of horsepower to run, their cel-shaded type graphics for Mario and Metroid and stuff like that anyway. So, yeah, just kind of a rumor out there right now, but I got my fingers crossed for development for that platform. Hopefully they can get some third-party support in there as well, but it's going to be kind of dicey considering the different technology in that console as far as developing games and software is concerned. But we'll see about that. Other gaming news, I just want to throw out one thing real quick and say that I was wrong. Titanfall 2, I remember I commented on this a while ago and said that Titanfall 2 would likely not use dedicated servers. Titanfall 1, obviously using Microsoft Azure cloud dedicated servers for certain processing, for AI to help out in that area, as well as to provide a fair, centralized server that everyone connects to, so that you don't have one person on a peer-to-peer type connection that's host essentially and has no lag and just kills you by looking at you, and everybody else kind of connects to him and they have a crappy experience compared to the host. So I was really worried about that because Sony traditionally does not pay for dedicated servers in any way, shape, or form. They just don't do it, even for their first-party games. And Microsoft does that pretty much for every game they can, first-party games, obviously. But Titanfall had a really good dedicated server network with Microsoft Azure, and I guess Titanfall 2 not being a platform-exclusive game, their answer to that is to actually aggregate multiple different server hosts by using this technology that allows them to basically spin up servers as needed on various networks owned by different companies. The idea is that you're able to have dedicated servers that are basically spun up and spun down as needed, giving you maximum flexibility. And it's as close to you as it can possibly get. If you're in Florida, which I am, and you're hopping a game of Titanfall 2, and they require more server resources in your area, this system will automatically scale out and spin up a server very close to where you are to give you the best experience possible. So, there should be local servers, at least as local as possible to where you're at. And that should be just amazing in terms of connectivity for that game, which again will be out for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC on October 24th, just before they do release their next big Call of Duty game on November 4th. But yeah, so anyway, I eat my words on that one. Even though Sony's not paying for dedicated servers, I guess EA has come to the rescue here, and will be providing that for all consumers of this product, which is just awesome. Anyway, guys, hope you're all having a phenomenal weekend. If there are any videos that you want to see, a couple of you guys have commented and requested some videos, which I will get to for sure. But let me know in the comments below if you have any requests. And as always, I appreciate you guys greatly. Hope you're having, again, a phenomenal day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.